All right, let's dive right into this explainer. The intelligent, some far-off sci-fi dream anymore. It's here, and it's deploying incredibly fast. Today, our source material to see exactly how artificial intelligence is moving way beyond just putting a textbook. We're talking about delivering truly personalized, adaptive learning at a massive scale. We're actively shifting from that old-school broadcast model of teaching into a dynamic environment that literally responds to you.
So, what if you had a tutor who never slept? Just imagine it, a 24/7 personalized guide that never needs a coffee break, processes your questions instantly, and adapts totally to your unique pace. I know, it sounds a bit wild, but our source material highlights how AI is making this exact scenario a reality today. It's completely flipping the traditional learning model on its head. Instead of being limited by the hours a human instructor is awake and available, you've now got an always-on intellectual sparring partner ready to go whenever you are.
Section 1, Meet Your 24/7 Tutor. Let's look at how this builds out from the student side of the desk. In a traditional classroom setting, things move at one static pace. You know the drill. Fast learners zone out because they're bored, while anyone needing a bit more time gets frustrated and falls behind. Well, AI-powered learning totally upends that dynamic. By constantly analyzing your interactions, your specific strengths, and exactly where your knowledge gaps are, the AI dynamically adjusts the speed and complexity of the material just for you. It's a highly targeted approach that strips away a lot of that cognitive friction, making learning new concepts so much more efficient. It transforms education from a one-size-fits-all lecture into a bespoke learning journey. And the accessibility here is just off the charts. These AI tutors are available anytime, anywhere, completely untethered from normal school hours. Seriously, whether you're banging your head against a tough calculus theorem at midnight or you need immediate feedback on a literature essay structure, you get an instant explanation. You're completely bypassing the usual friction of waiting for office hours, trying to book a private tutor, or just sitting there with your hand raised. Your learning momentum never breaks. It's all about striking right when curiosity is peaking. Moving on to Section 2, Smarter Study Tools. This is where your day-to-day really changes. The amount of time saved through smart content is staggering. Instead of spending hours manually highlighting a massive and painstakingly writing out index cards, AI instantly ingests that text. Boom. Within seconds, it synthesizes concise summaries, custom flashcard decks, and practice quizzes. This shifts your energy completely away from the boring administrative prep work, funneling it directly into active recall and actual mastery of the subject. You're optimizing your learning pipeline, so your high-value brain power goes toward real understanding, not just organizing paper. This is an absolute game changer for niche subjects, especially language learning. AI tools now give you real-time conversational practice, instantly correcting your pronunciation and fixing your grammar with native-level fluency. But you know what the real breakthrough here is? It's psychological. The AI acts as a completely safe, judgment-free zone. It completely shatters that anxiety barrier of speaking up and making awkward mistakes in front of a room full of peers. You can build your fluency with absolute confidence because the fear of public failure is totally removed from the equation. Let's pivot to Section 3, the teacher's AI assistant. Let's see how this transforms the educator's workflow. The administrative burden on educators is immense, but it's systematically being optimized. Think about the standard teaching workflow. Create a lesson, grade the assignments, analyze the results. That traditionally eats up countless off-the-clock hours and leads to major burnout. But now, teachers can deploy AI to automatically generate foundational lesson plans, massive stacks of multiple-choice tests, and instantly crunch the performance data. A perfectly good weekend at the kitchen table now just happens seamlessly in the background. And by automatically identifying exactly where students are struggling, the AI suggests highly targeted ways to improve the curriculum. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that AI isn't replacing educators. It's a massive time multiplier. It frees teachers from the drudgery of rote administration so they can redirect all that energy into high-value human interaction. They get to be highly targeted mentors for the students who actually need them. The teacher shifts from being a frazzled data processor to a dedicated, present academic coach. Which brings us to Section 4, the human element, because we definitely need to establish some boundaries. Our sources are incredibly firm on this foundational rule. AI is a tool, not a replacement. Yes, the advantages are incredible, but total reliance on AI creates a really dangerous deficit. If you use these systems as a crutch, like automatically generating your homework or totally bypassing the actual cognitive struggle of studying, you're entirely missing the learning process. True intellectual growth actually requires some friction. AI is meant to clear the path to understanding and augment human thought, definitely not to outsource the thinking process altogether. And that boundary exists because certain cognitive leaps are exclusively human. Things like critical thinking, genuine emotional intelligence, and authentic creativity, those cannot be generated by an algorithm. Sure, an AI can parse the syntax of a classic novel and give you a perfect plot summary, but it cannot feel the emotional weight of the story, grasp its societal subtext, or relate it back to the human experience. These essential skills are the absolute bedrock of education, and they have to be actively cultivated by the learner, never delegated to a machine. So ultimately, artificial intelligence is not replacing teachers, it's helping them teach better while helping students learn smarter. When we put the right guardrails in place, we get a beautifully balanced ecosystem. The administrative bloat is taken off the educator's plate, and the pacing anxiety is lifted off the student's shoulders. The end result is an educational landscape that is more responsive, accessible, and deeply personalized than at any other point in history. It truly elevates everyone involved to operate at their absolute highest potential. I'll leave you with this final thought as we wrap up our explainer today. If AI can instantly generate all the answers, how will you develop the critical thinking required to ask the right questions? At the end of the day, it's the human mind that has to direct the machine, not the other way around. Our ability to interrogate the world around us is what truly drives innovation. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive. Keep asking great questions.